Hello everyone, welcome back to another tutorial. In this tutorial I'll show you how to create this cool button hover animation with HTML and CSS. When we hover over the button you can see this cool background animation. Also when we click the button you can see it has this cool clicking effect. If you're curious to know how to create this cool button animation, then make sure to stick until the end of the video. So to begin the tutorial, I just wanted to tell you that you can find the source code in the video description. Next, for the HTML we'll just add a button element. At the right side you can see result in the browser. Let's go to the CSS. I already added some basic stylings on all elements. I used CSS Grid to center the button and a red background color to the body. Next, let's select the button. Let's add a background color of transparent. A font size of 1 rem. A white color. A padding of 0.7 rem 3 rem. A border of none. A border radius of 0.5 rem. Let's also add a shadow. 0.2 rem for the x-axis. 0.1 rem for the y-axis. 0.5 rem for the blur and a black background color with a 0.3 transparency. Here you can see how it looks. Next, let's add a position of relative. A cursor of pointer, an overflow of hidden, and a transition to the color since we'll change the text color on hover. Now let's select the buttons before pseudo element. Content of none. A position of absolute. A background color of white. A width and height of 100%. To center it, add property right to 50% and a top of 50%. Now add a transform translate of 50% to the x-axis and minus 50% to the y-axis. Add z-index of -1 so it goes behind the text. And add a transition for the transform property. Now add a rotation to the transform property. And we'll add a scale of 0. Basically this scales the width and height of the element. If we have 0.1 you can see it scales 10% of the width and height of the normal. 0.3 a little bigger and so on. And 1 is the normal size. Let's add it back to 0 since normally we won't see it. When we hover over the button we want the before element to rotate to 0 and add a scale of 1. Here you can see this cool effect. When we hover over the button, we want to change the text color to red. Just like that. The next thing we'll do is when we click the button, we'll add a transform scale of 0.9 so it gives it a clicking effect. You can see it, just like that. Let's also add a border radius of 0. And just like that. That's how we can create this cool button animation with HTML and CSS. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate if you'd subscribe since I upload content every day in this channel. Thank you and see you next time.